technology that is built for your every sense. Acer Pure from Acer.
Read as a counter to Donald Trump's trade advisor Peter Navarro, who, remember, had claimed that what's happening in Ukraine is actually Modi's war. In fact, Prime Minister Modi and President Putin traveled together for the bilateral meeting venue earlier today, with sources telling Times Now that Putin insisted on a joint ride, that both of them traveled together. The two leaders discussed some key issues en route before holding an official bilateral meeting that lasted over an hour. After the meeting, Prime Minister Modi began his journey back to the national capital. Meanwhile, back home, politics has erupted over Prime Minister Modi's meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Now, Congress leader Pawan Khera reminded that only days ago China was helping Pakistan against India, while Samajwadi Party's Fakhrul Hasan Chand has said Beijing openly backed Islamabad during Operation Sindoor, urging the government to act solely in India's interests. Listen in.
No Prime Minister would resort to this shamelessness. Until few weeks ago, months ago, China and Pakistan were fighting us together in Operation Sindoor. And now China has become a victim of terror for this Prime Minister. Shameless.
जब बात अमेरिका की हो, चाइना की हो रही हो, तो हम फिर थोड़ा पीछे जाते हैं तो हम देखते हैं कि जब ऑपरेशन सिंदूर चल रहा था तो कहीं न कहीं चाइना पाकिस्तान के साथ खड़ा नजर आया। अमेरिका जिस तरह से आर्थिक मदद दी गई, और जहां तक बात अमेरिका और चाइना की है तो देश की सरकार को कूटनीतिक तरह से देश हित में फैसले लेने चाहिए।
Viewers, in a fresh attack on India, White House trade advisor Peter Navarro has accused Brahmins of profiteering from Russian oil at the expense of the Indian people, saying it must stop. He questioned how India's leadership could cooperate with Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping while being the world's largest democracy. Navarro has been consistently targeting India. You must have seen in the last few days the kind of reactions that have come in from his side amid a sharp downturn in ties between Washington and New Delhi over President Trump's trade and tariff policies. Now, in response to Peter Navarro's statement defending U.S. tariffs on India, the Trinamool Congress has clarified the use of the term Brahmin. In fact, according to TMC MP Sagarika Ghosh, the word used, in fact, is often used to describe social and economic elites in Britain. The TMC further pointed out that even in the United States, the term had once been widely used. The phrase was commonly applied to the wealthy elite, showing that the term has long carried a broader social and economic meaning. She was defining Brahmin, the word that has been used by Peter Navarro. Meanwhile, Congress party has claimed that the upper castes are making profits from Russian oil. Listen in.
पीटर नवारो ने कहा कि रूस से तेल खरीद करके और रिफाइन करके बेचा जा रहा ऊंचे दाम पर, इसका फायदा ब्राह्मणों को ही मिल रहा है। यानी ब्राह्मण कह रहे हैं, लेकिन मैं उससे सहमत नहीं हूं। लेकिन एक बात सच है कि 100% जो कॉर्पोरेट हाउसेस है अपर कास्ट के हाथ में ही है। अपर कास्ट रशिया से तेल खरीद करके रिफाइन करके ऊंचे दाम पर बेच रहे हैं, और जनता को इसका लाभ नहीं मिल रहा है। यह भी सच्चाई है।
Let's now go across to my colleague Mohit Bhatt, who is joining us live right now for more on this. Mohit, many are asking, why is there a need to explain what Peter Navarro meant when he used the word Brahmins to target India? Why is somebody from Trinamool Congress acting like the spokesperson of Peter Navarro? I mean, we have seen in the last few days how he has repeatedly targeted India.
Well, yes, in fact, and that is the question that BJP is asking now. We have seen that how since morning BJP is coming out and BJP is saying that people who are anti-India, they are sitting on foreign soil, who are bashing India, they have got their supporters in the country. Now, at the time when you have to stand with the government, you have to stand with your countrymen when such statements are being made, or we know that how volatile the situation between India and US is as of now, given the fact that how the Trump tariff of 50% has come into the effect, how the negotiations are going on, and hence is the time that we all need to stand together as one. When BJP says why exactly somebody who's bashing the country, his statement is being given support, or his statement in fact is being explained by TMC. So we have seen that how exactly Priyanka Chaturvedi has also tweeted, and she has stated that she knows what does Brahmin in terms of US means, but then this particular statement, she has hit out at Navarro. So clearly what we see is that the leaders of the TMC, Sagarika Ghosh has come out, Saket Gosle has come out, they have given explanation to what exactly Navarro meant. But the question over here is that somebody who is making such statements against India from past many days, this is not the first time, after he has been questioning India's import of the Russian oil. He has been blaming India for Russia-Ukraine war. Why do you have to explain that person's side? And why exactly? And we saw that how Udit Raj has brought in the caste connotations again in that. So clearly he says that most of the oil refineries are being operated by the upper caste. So what we see is that the statement that is being made by Peter Navarro has generated politics over here. Some are taking sides of Navarro, some are bringing caste connotations in that and attacking the government, while the BJP says that such people who are on the foreign soil and bashing India, they should not be supported by any of the political party, irrespective of their political ideology. Back to you.
Well, of course, on one hand, we've got Trinamool Congress, and on the other hand, we've got Netas from Congress Party also targeting the government over this particular statement. Stay on with us, Mohit. We have Tuhin Sinha of the Bharatiya Janata Party joining us on the broadcast as well. Good afternoon, Mr. Tuhin Sinha. Appreciate you speaking with us here on Times Now. Two reactions, and I'd like your reaction on those. One from Trinamool Congress, wherein Sagarika Ghosh is trying to justify when Peter Navarro says, Brahmin, he means rich elites, and she's calling others illiterate. And on the other hand, we've got Udit Raj of the Congress who says that only upper caste, people belonging to upper caste, are benefiting from buying cheap Russian oil.
It's really difficult to imagine that Trinamool Congress and Congress Party are defending a racist slur, a racist comment, and an obnoxious attempt to create stoke divisions in our country by a foreign national, by Navarro. But, I really don't understand the mentality of these parties. Why should TMC jump in to defend a statement which is clearly, one, factually wrong, and number two, it also impinges upon our sovereignty, because no foreigner has the right to comment on our country without understanding issues. So I don't understand, and to think of it, these people, whether it is Saket Gosle or whether it is Sagarika Ghosh, are members of parliament. Unless, there seems to be some sort of a hidden alliance between them and certain foreign powers, I don't see the symmetry. I don't understand why they should jump in to defend a statement which is clearly factually wrong and in poor taste.
Okay. Tuhin Sinha, I also want to ask you, how do you see, in fact, the kind of statements that have been made by Peter Navarro almost on a daily basis? First, he termed what's happening in Ukraine as Modi's war. Then, when he put out a series of posts on social media platform X again slamming India for buying Russian oil, he used a very specific picture of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a saffron robe. And now we have this latest attack coming in from him.
Well, those comments and those series of tweets by Mr. Navarro were in poor taste. There is no doubt about that. They were meant to, provoke India, and they also stem out of a certain despondency, out of a certain frustration that the U.S. establishment is perhaps feeling, because they realize that they have caused a lot of damage to a strategic alliance with India, which had been carefully nurtured over the last 25 years. But one, like I mentioned, they were factually incorrect. India does not, fuel the war machine in Russia. Rather, India has been one of the most vocal players in the world advocating peace. And even today, if there is one person, if there is one leader who both Ukraine and Russia believe can install peace, can bring in peace, it is Prime Minister Modi. So one, Mr. Navarro's comments were factually completely incorrect. They were off the mark. And number two, like I said, there were elements where one could see he was trying to provoke India, which is not appreciated, which is in poor taste. In fact, his comments today also on the Brahminical, certain Brahmins pocketing the money are in very poor taste.
All right, Mr. Tuhin Sinha, appreciate you speaking with us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. We have Mr. Rashid Alvi of the Congress Party also joining us on the broadcast. Welcome back, Mr. Rashid Alvi. Thank you for speaking with us. Okay, I think we've lost that line, but we'll try and get you more reactions as well from other political parties as well.